It's your boy Drago, aka the sweetest dragon in all the land. So what's going on YouTube? I did a stream a second ago, so I'm gonna end up deleting that one, so don't watch that one, watch this one. But anyways, so we are pretty much continuing the guide that I was doing for Onigiri, or I'm continuing basically talking about basically a guide to Onigiri. So basically, with these videos, I'm basically gonna be walking through what you need to do through the game, pretty much. So yeah, I started this awful. But anyways, so for today's episode, we are going to be talking about what you basically need to be doing for the once you get into the mid-game. So before we actually get talking about what to do in the mid-game, make sure you check out last week's or yesterday's episode, or not yesterday's episode. I think it's 1.5. Yeah, it's 1.5. Make sure you check out that episode because I basically give a description on what you need to. Well, not a description. I basically talk about what you basically should be doing, you know, when you're starting off in the game. So basically, just basically giving you a guide on what weapons you need to make, what you need to do, first off, and basically just get you ready for once you start getting into this tier. So check that episode out. If you don't, you probably will be confused if you don't know what you're doing. So if you're unsure about stuff, make sure you check out that episode and then click on this episode so you don't miss out on what I'm basically going to be talking about. So anyways, like I said, for this episode, I'm basically going to be talking about what you basically need to do for once you get into the mid game. So I'm basically going to be telling you guys what weapons you need to make, or what weapons you should be making, bags that you should be making, stuff that you need to basically do if you haven't done yet in episode 1 and all that stuff. So anyways, let's actually get started. So first off, one thing I actually want you to talk about is I'm actually gonna talk about. I did not realize this thing was so high. Goddamn. Anyways, so first off, I want to talk about something that I actually was talking about in only yesterday's, or not yesterday's, in episode 1.5. I actually decided to bring that part into this part because of my honest opinion. I honestly feel that getting your gargs and then friendship farming, in my honest opinion, I think those two should honestly be the beginning of mid-tier. Because those two, they're like I said in last episode, it's kind of hard to do a little bit. You might not have the right equipment, you might not be doing something right or whatever. But this is the stuff that you should definitely be doing once you get into mid-tier. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for explaining stuff too. I actually wanted to do bullet points like I went through, and because I was kind of like, when I was talking yesterday, I was kind of like going all over the place, and I really don't want to do that because I think there's honestly certain stuff that you need to do first before you actually do certain things. So That's why I wanted to bullet points to do things a little bit differently. So let's actually talk about what you need to do first. In my honest opinion, starting off with the two, definitely the first things you should do is friendship farm. Friendship. Whoops. Forgot to put the one. Friendship farm. And work on your guard weapons. So this is definitely the first thing. This is definitely the first thing you should be doing once you actually get into the mid playthrough. You know, once you get through like the beginning. And like I said, for the beginning tier, I honestly think the guards are a little bit tough. You definitely want to get yourself ready and pretty much get everything done in the beginning to do that. Friendship farming to like I said a second ago, it could be a little bit challenging. You might not be doing enough damage, so you want to make sure that you get all your stuff first. Now, if you get your guard weapons first before you start friendship farming, that actually can make things a lot easier for the friendship farming, because guards are pretty much the stepping stone to where you then start building to basically get where everybody pretty much else is. It only gets better from there once you start making your guard weapons, because then you basically get better weapons to the point where you can pretty much do any dungeon in the game. Well, not any dungeon, but getting that stuff definitely helps you to where you can do pretty much most of the dungeons in the game. So getting your guard weapons is definitely good. One thing you could honestly do, I'm not really sure how many people would actually do this, but you could like maybe ask someone, or like if some of your friends get into the game, ask them like real nicely, be like, hey man, I'm playing Onigiri and I kind of need your help to help me make these guard weapons. You know, I'm a little bit weak to do it a little bit myself at the moment, so you know, if you could get me, like help me work toward getting guards or whatever, that would be awesome. Yada 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 yada. Just, you know, that's something you can end up doing. That will definitely help you get stuff a lot faster. Don't be afraid to get carried, because pretty much everybody's been carried in this game. Let's be honest. I don't know one single person that hasn't been carried. Even the high levels that say, you know, that act like they're tough shit and basically, you know, act like, you know, talk smug. They've been carried. You know, whenever someone says they haven't been carried, that's basically a lie. It's either they've been carried or they work together with like friends to get where they are. But pretty much a lot of people, you know, have been carried. So, you know, when someone says they haven't been carried, it's pretty much a lie. So yeah, but that's definitely the first two things you need to do. You definitely need to get the friendship thing first, because like I said in last episode, you definitely are going to need your partners there to be leveled up at the max level, so you can keep on making, you know, better weapons, because if you don't, you won't be able to make the tough stuff. So that's definitely something you wanna make sure that you have at the basic max. You're gonna have a real tough time if you don't. So make sure you do those. One thing you can do also. This is just gonna be a continuing thing. That I'm actually gonna put in every video, because this is also very important. This is if you have any. Hopefully some some people actually have this, but work on your vanguards. This could honestly be any step, really, but this is something important too, because your vanguards will help you immensely. Oh. Hold on. Mounts too. Work on your vanguard and mounts. This will be something, like I said, that will help you immensely. Not only do vanguards actually will do more damage than pretty much you at the moment. Some vanguards won't, be that good. Some vanguards are good, some vanguards are not, but pretty much it's just going to be the same thing. Vanguards are very helpful and whatnot. They will definitely help you carry out the game. Same thing with mounts. One thing that is actually very important about vanguards and mounts, you do have like durability on your weapons, so having your vanguards will help you out immensely when it comes to saving your durability if you need your durability for like later things. It's very, very useful and helpful. So make sure you actually have level up your vanguards and mounts. If you don't have a mount, then or a vanguard, don't worry about this step. But in my honest opinion, vanguards will help you out, and I suggest you trying to get one if you have any tickets. I mean, you can put money in this game if you want to get vanguards, but it's not it's not guaranteed. And not only that, like, you could be spending a lot of money if you buy vanguards, but if you have a vanguard, level that up. You will not regret it. They are very helpful and useful. And not only that, vanguards are strong. They can definitely help you defeat a boss if you're having like trouble with it. A good example is using Valkyrie on the Fire Vanguard, I think. I'm not really sure. It's either... You know what? I'm gonna go with Kenshin instead. So, leveling up Kenshin with, not the Fire Vanguard. Leveling up Kenshin with the, to fight the Fire, Gargoyle. Leveling up Kenshin will make the Fire Gargoyle easier to do, because enemies are weak against certain elements, which is actually good to know and figure out. But yeah, that's something that's also good to learn and figure out. That's actually something you can actually work around by like asking people or whatever. But definitely having a Vanguard and leveling that up will help you immensely. I will not stress that enough. I will actually bring this every episode because of how helpful it is. Once you actually get into like doing like later dungeons, this one right here becomes more prevalent because of how much durability it can cost to do stuff. Once you get like to the end game and you need to do like easier dungeons, this doesn't really help out that much, but when it comes to certain stuff, this is a must, in my honest opinion. That is if you have Vanguards and whatever. Let's see, 3. So So I was thinking of something. Let me think about this for a second. Actually, now I remember. Um, Alright, number 3 is get a bow and wand. You're probably wondering about this one. But this one's actually pretty important too. Alright. So this one. Alright, so this one. Bow and wand, in my honest opinion, are very helpful. Bow you're mostly going to use for vanguards. Using a bow will, once you're in a boss fight, bows are mostly used for, like, when you're in a boss fight. You basically use it to hit the boss if you're, having trouble. You use it to basically, build up your gauge or whatever to your vanguard to where you can use it. So having a bow is very useful for that. And not only that, eventually you're going to need to learn how to use the bow glitch, which is still relevant. That's for the pretty much EXP dungeon. That will definitely be very useful too, because when you do the EXP glitch, that's something that's pretty much it basically helps you get better experience, because when you do the bow glitch, instead of getting like a certain amount of experience, you end up getting more experience. So learning how to do that is good. So learning how to do that is very important. That's definitely something that you'll need to learn later. Because when it comes to like leveling up and getting experience is definitely going to be harder to get and whatnot. So make sure you do that. And then as for wand, I think I actually mentioned this last episode, but having a wand is just very helpful because you can equip really nice stuff on it. On a wand, which is not a wand, a staff. Not staff, wand, staff. Not wand, staff. Okay, I need to... Let me go to the thing real quick. Okay, not wand. Not wand, staff. You want a staff, not a wand. And like I was talking about yesterday, that once you get, you pick your weapon that you want to use. It is true that you definitely want to concentrate on that specific weapon, but there are some knickknacks that you can do with like other weapons, only specifically bows and wands, that will be very useful to you in the long run. The thing that's actually very useful with like wands is you can have like skills like invig, meditation, heals, to basically not only heal yourself but heal your teammates. So it also helps with your teammates too, to when they're basically carrying you, you can sit there and cast invig or cast meditation to where it heals your opponent's MP, or not your opponent's, your teammates or friends' MP, to where they can keep on spamming moves. And then healing is very nice, healing is very nice. Using healing skills, you don't really have to basically concentrate on your pretty much medicine or whatever you call it, your food or whatever. Food is still very important, but when it comes to healing, I mostly use my healing staff because the way I have my controller scheme set up, um, um, shoot. The way I have my controller scheme set up, I have it to where basically using my staff to heal is a lot faster than sitting there and trying to heal myself because of buttons and stuff. When it comes to like assigning buttons too in this game, you don't really have enough buttons, so you have to like pick and choose on how you want to basically set up your controller scheme and whatnot. So let's actually talk about that for a second, because that's actually something you need to do. Getting ready. I'm just gonna include this because I think this is also so helpful. Get your controller set up. Basically mess around with your buttons and or ask around too. But get your setup to how you like it, so you can play this game efficiently. That's pretty much all I can say about that. But this is something that you're definitely gonna wanna do, because it is very helpful. Because you're gonna end up like getting yourself confused and mixed up with stuff. Try to get your controller set up to how you basically like it, to where you feel comfortable. But yeah. Alright, so that leaves us to, let me see here, to number 5. Number 5, what you're gonna be wanting to do here is, after you pretty much get your Gargs and do stuff, number 5, whoops. Alright, number 5, you're gonna want to work on your Dragon Arcs. Dragon Arcs aren't going to be really useful. The only thing you're going to make your Dragon Arcs for is the Night Sky, which I actually talked about in the beginning. Your Night Sky is going to be the start to like building a really good build and whatnot. There are better weapons than a Night Sky when it comes to darkness, but the Night Sky is pretty much going to be one of your main darkness weapons for a while. It's a very good darkness weapon too. For like the early stage. It's actually a very good weapon for the early stages of Onigiri. When you're in the mid tier and stuff, not mid tier, the mid game for Onigiri. I'm actually really surprised that you get a weapon that's as good as that early on. But this is definitely something you need to work on after you get your Gargs and the friendship and stuff taken care of, because you're going to be wanting to have this Night Sky. Having this Night Sky will help you kill Kaguya, which you're going to need to farm her a lot for Lunar Spirit Seals. And Lunar Spirit Seals are very important too, because Lunar Spirit Seals will help you make weapons like your Rev, Supreme, if they ever bring that back. But right now, Supreme you can't really make anymore. But it'll help you make a Rev, it'll help you make your Fused. There's some other stuff that I can't remember now. I have 3 Dragon Arcs, so but that's definitely. Oh, thank God he doesn't know I'm actually making a video at the moment. Okay, but anyways, yeah, making a night sky will be very useful. Hold on a second. I actually have some notes that. Alright, so pretty much that's what you want to do. And then once you pretty much do that, the next thing you're definitely going to want to do, which is number 6, this is what you working on your fused will make you significantly And not only that, it doesn't cost energy to actually make your fuse, so you can pretty much work on your fused pretty much all day, every day, which is actually really nice. You can actually get like some mags and do some stuff, or no, get some mags and doing the event if they sell it, but you know, that costs energy. I'll actually probably talk about those in a different video. I don't know what video, but this is something that you're gonna wanna start working on next. And by this point, you should be at Kaguya's home. Make sure you have like a bunch of friends to help you out, to help you get the fuse too, to farm with you, because excuse me, having doing it by yourself takes longer. I know this for a fact because I pretty much farmed my fuse by myself. Pretty much farmed everything. I bought some of my stuff too, but like for the rest of the stuff, I pretty much farmed it. Actually, no, I think I was making fused for my Tempest now that I think about it. But a lot of the time I would sit there and I would actually just farm. You know, it does take longer. Doing it by yourself basically decreases the amount of enemies that spawn, and it also makes things harder, you know, for you to get. So when you have like people running with you, it makes things a lot. It makes getting stuff a lot easier. So when you're doing fused, make sure you actually have friends that can help you with this. You can actually farm by yourself. It's not really that hard to a certain extent, I guess. But like this stuff you can do by yourself. It just takes longer. But yeah. Let me actually see if this guy said something else. Alright, let me see here. So work on that. One thing I would also like to mention too is, once you get into Kaguya, pretty much a lot of this stuff is weak against ice. So, you want to definitely have, like, ice weapons with you when you're farming for this stuff. Don't honestly be afraid to, like, make a bunch of ice weapons. In my honest opinion, that's what I would do. It is nice to have, like, variety, but since a lot of the monsters are weak against ice, it's helpful to, you know, have ice to deal more damage and to kill things easier. So, when you're doing this, make sure you have, like, an ice weapon with you, too. Which you will be getting if you do the event, so really, this doesn't matter, but that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, Alright, so pretty much after you do that, the next thing that you're gonna want to work on is is it really depends on. Actually, no, these are actually good weapons. But like depending on what build you are, these will definitely be very good for you. But number 7 is work on your rev and supreme. I think I spelled supreme wrong, but who cares? I think I spelled it wrong. Oh, whatever. So at this point, you're gonna work on your rev and supreme. All you pretty much need to do for that is just talk to Kaguya, and then, not Kaguya. God, what am I saying? Um, you basically doing this is basically Lancelot missions. Um, so you're gonna want to basically talk to her and get all of the stuff that she wants you to do completed, and then you can work on these. These will definitely pretty much get you up there to pretty much get to that point to where you actually start getting to the end tier of the mid section. But Supremes are very helpful, or not Supreme, but Revs. I'm not really sure if you can make a Supreme still. I know they took it away, but you might be able to make it now. But that's something to look into. If you can't make it Supreme, then you can't make it Supreme. But these things are very tedious, so you're going to be spending a lot of time working on this. This takes time. It took me about, like, I'd say a month to actually get this done. Really, the thing that's not the hardest, or the thing that's not the hardest is actually the missions. They're just very tedious. What's the hardest is actually Kaguya, because her drops for a Lunar Spirit Seal is so low. So you're probably going to be spending around a month, probably working on these. But this is definitely going to be something that you're gonna be working on. So yeah. And so pretty much after that, you get to 125, and 125 basically differs on basically what weapons, or not what weapons. Actually, no. It depends on what weapon you choose. So, like for me, since I was an Odachi user, my thing would be making like horseshoe stuff, working on a falling star, getting that done and over with, working on the Odin weapons. Actually, I think that's a level 123 weapon, but I'm not sure. But definitely getting those taken care of. I believe working on your Kotonoha mags is also something you can do at that level. But keep in mind that certain weapons, their elements, some of them don't really have like good attacks for that element. So, but that's just something to keep in mind. But once you get to pretty much that point, that's where you start like really making the good weapons, to where you go into the end game, which you're pretty much going to be using those same weapons with like a couple extra weapons along with Tempest. But yeah. So let me see here. So it really depends. It really depends on what your class is for like working on those weapons. Um, Actually, Falling Star might actually be like an end game type thing because like for some of the stuff that you know what, I think Falling Star is actually end game, so we're gonna actually leave that one out. That is definitely something you could definitely farm for the mid game, but in my honest opinion, I think that's a in my opinion, I think that's something really that you farm for end game. Let me think here. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, actually, you can really do this anytime, but 8 is gonna be. Eight's gonna be get to 125. So pretty much just farm the EXP dungeon. This is something you're gonna have to like work on continuously or whatever. Because like once you get to like 121, you have to do the hell, and when you do the hell, you only get like 2 tries to do the hell, depending on what your energy stats is, or once, because it costs so much energy. But this is definitely something that you're gonna want to get to, because once you get to 125, that's pretty much when you start working on, like I said, the big boy stuff, to where you eventually start working on your Tempest in the end game. Really, honestly, before you actually do the other stuff that I talk about, you actually want to get to this number 8. And then number 9 is gonna be work on doing missions. Number 9 is going to be work on doing missions that get you good webs. So, like, once you get to 25, which I was talking about earlier, you're going to be wanting to do, like, different missions. Now, this one I'm not really sure of at all. I was only an Odachi user, so I don't really know any of the other stuff, other stuff that you're going to want to do. I asked my friend, and he's a sword user, so for him, like, what he would do next would be, like, farm the horse stuff, like get the horse weapons or mags. Those are for sword user. Axe is for, like, logos. So that's going to be, like, the two eyeballs. Odin for me is definitely, like, for Odachi, and I would honestly say Falling Star also for Odachi too. I consider that more of a end game. But that's definitely something you can do for mid-tier. But that's pretty much what you want to do after 9, and then bullet point that 10. And this just depends on what the event holds. Do the event. You know, some events, they can hold, like, really stuff. They can have, like, stuff that you don't necessarily need to, like, farm for. Like, a lot of the stuff that you're gonna need to farm for making these levels, you're gonna need to farm, like, Satan. Lucifer. You'll have to farm. Basically, a lot of the stuff that you have to farm for is basically going to involve you it's going to involve you to use energy. So, like lots of energy. So doing the event, you know, if you want to just like take a break from doing that stuff, you know, the event's only like a limited amount of time. It's only for like a month. So, you know, if there's stuff that you need at the event, work on the event and, you know, get that done. That's actually something you can really do on the first bullet point. But you know, this is definitely something that you should do if the event has stuff that you need. Events will sell stuff that you need where you have to like use energy and whatnot to get. So doing the event is helpful. You know, just getting that extra stuff. Then not only that, events can hold other stuff. Like some can hold mags. Like on my other character that I have, she has silos. Silos are basically like this other mag that came out a long time ago, which is knowledge mags. They're very similar to that, so those are also very nice to have. So you're basically gonna want to, you know, do that. And then some will like give you free vanguards, some will give you free mounts. It's very rare, but they do. Some will give you free vanguards, Magatamas. That's also rare as well. You can also get like Magatamas that you can sell, which are like fused or whatever. But yeah. Let me see if there's anything else, because I think that's pretty much it for the mid-tier. I think I basically described everything that you need to do for mid-tier. Now, for the other weapons, I'm not really sure about those. If you're an Odachi user, I can definitely help you out with that, but if you're not an Odachi user, like if you're a bow user, or a spear user, or a sword user, that I cannot help you with. You'll have to ask around for that. But yeah, so like that's if you get to like 125. But you know, do that. This is something I'm gonna put at number 11 that I think is also important. Kotonoha mags, I think, are level 125. I did talk about those a second ago. I'm going to talk about these real briefly. They're pretty much as strong as Tempest. They do only increase wind and fire, so having those mags will actually help you out a little bit. So make sure you make those mags too. They are something you can work before making your Tempest. You might actually not need to make your Tempest at all, depending on what weapon you're using, because it gives like wind and fire, and some weapons are very good with like wind and fire, aka sword and Odachi. But yeah, this is definitely something to. Spear is also okay with fire, but this is something that you want to keep in mind doing. Work on Kotonohas are pretty good. If you don't have one, you can buy one if you want to. But otherwise, if you don't have this, just, you know, skip this thing entirely. But you know, once you get like all that stuff and you don't feel like you're ready to go on to the next step, and you have Kotonohas to make this, you won't regret making Kotonoha mags. They're pretty decent, so yeah. Also, there's Kotonoha weapons. Actually, there's Kotonoha weapons too, so make those as well. They have decent fire and decent ice and rain, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but the weapons also look pretty cool, so that's another reason to make them. So make sure you actually do that as well. You definitely won't regret it. And I think that's pretty much it. So let me see here. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty much it. So follow those steps and you should be ready for the end game, which we will talk about next episode. So I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit of research on that, because for end game, I'm not entirely sure at all. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys aren't like too confused with my explaining. I tried not to jump all over the place and put everything in bulletin points. So let me go actually to the party thing. I'll actually do this. So feel free to like take a picture of this. This will basically give you a stepping point on stuff that you need to do if you really aren't sure what to do once you get once you get started in mid-tier and like you forget on what to do or stuff to do. This is just bullet points that you can go over to do, but these are definitely the things that you're going to need to do in the mid-tier. So I hope this all helps you guys out and you guys weren't too confused. Make sure you follow this bullet point 2. There are some stuff that you can skip out on, like the weapons and this, and then if you don't really feel like doing an event and want to actually work on this stuff is free, easy to make, except the dragon arcs. But working on your fused and stuff is actually pretty easy. I honestly actually worked on my fused first before I did everything else, but follow this and you should be ready for the next tier. So anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. Like I said, I hope this guide helps you guys out a little bit on what you should do in farm. Like I said, I don't know everything, so your best option is probably to go and ask people that are, like, if you're a spear user, try to like ask around for like a good spear user, or ask around for like spear user or whatever, and see what they say and what they did, and then you can follow the same route or whatever. But yeah, don't be afraid to ask for carries. I don't really play this game much, but I have a decent character. I can carry some stuff, so if you guys need help, feel free to message me on Discord, and I'll send you a message or whatever. Discord will be in the link description below. So yeah, if you need help, just message me there. And if you have questions, just message me there about some stuff, like if you're confused. There's probably some stuff that I didn't really talk about, but I feel like I explained enough about certain stuff. So yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out, like this video. Check out my other videos as well, and then check out the Onigiri guide series, because if you're just starting off on this episode, like I said at the beginning of the video, you're probably going to be confused on what I'm talking about. So yeah, feel free to check out my other videos as well. I do Let's Plays. My Crash Let's Play was really fun. Check that out. Oh man, there's certain parts in that game that just like really annoyed the hell out of me. I think it was like the first one though, but yeah, make sure you check those videos out as well if you subscribe to my channel, and then make sure you hit the bell button. Hitting the bell button lets me know, or lets you guys know when I upload content. So like if I make another episode of Onigiri, and you're like waiting for the next steps or something of what you want to do, you're not going to be able to see that video of the next steps or whatever if you don't hit the notification bell. So make sure you do that. And with that, I'm going to end the video here. I hope I was some helped you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, I will catch you guys later, and once we get to next episode, we will be talking about the end game tier. So I hope you guys are excited about that. So, anyways, I'm gonna head the heck out of here. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.